Hola estudiantes! This lesson is going to show you how to access a site that will allow you to work with Spanish verbs and Spanish vocabulary in kind of a fun way. So from your home page, let's go to www.conjuguemos.com. And from here, you'll notice that there are a variety of languages and options. So I'm going to scroll down, and on the left, I will come to Spanish. And under Spanish, I'm going to start with Spanish verbs. So I'll click there, and once I'm on that page, I have everything and more I would want to know about Spanish verbs. So for our purposes, in Spanish 1, we're going to stick with what's called the indicative mood, the simple tenses, and we're going to click on number 2, present tense regular verbs. So I'll get to that screen, and from that screen you'll notice that I have a lot of different options. And what I'll start with is here at the top, time me for, and notice it says 5 minutes. Well, I'm going to change that, and I'm going to go to 2 minutes. And after I've done that, I will scroll down, and here is where I will select my verbs. So if you'll notice, all verbs are available to me, and I'm going to pick some standard basic AR, ER, and IR verbs. So I'll choose bailar, hold down my control key, I will choose beber, I will choose caminar, I will choose correr, and let's see if we can find a good IR verb. How about escribir? So I've selected my verbs, and then I'm going to scroll down to the next box, and I have pronoun choices. Now, I could do all pronouns, but since we don't work so much with vosotros, I'm going to click all but vosotros. So I'm set up, and I'm going to go up to the top again where I had my timer, and from there I'm going to click start. And once I've started, you'll notice here I have an option for a pronoun, a verb, and an answer. So I know my pronoun is tú, the verb I want to work with is escribir, so I need to choose the correct form of escribir for tú. Once I'm done, I can click check, and I'll notice that I got it correct. Next, I have a new pronoun, yo, I have a new verb, beber, and I have to choose the correct form. And I can simply hit enter or click check, and I see that I again have it correct. I will continue doing that for 2 minutes. As I'm working, I see that I have a score, which gives me a percentage, and I have a number of attempts and a number correct. So I can keep score and see how well I'm doing. And when we work on these in class, in the computer lab, you'll have a certain amount that you have to get. For example, I'll ask you to have 85% out of 20 attempts. So this is just some practice, something you can get used to when using verbs. Now, I'll click stop. I don't have to worry about that. I can come back to the left side where it says Spanish, and this time I'm going to click on Spanish vocab book. So from here I have a whole new set of options, and I have several textbooks that are used for Spanish class. Well, we're way down at the bottom because our textbook is Realidades. So I just need to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Everything is alphabetical, so I will keep going until I get to Realidades 1, which is our textbook for level 1, and I did not want to do that. Realidades 1, and we are currently in chapter 4b. So I'll click that, and from here I have a variety of choices, and I can play flashcards, I can play memory, I can play hangman, I can print the flashcards, or I can print a crossword. And We will choose several of these games, but for the example, I simply would like to show Hangman. So I'll click that, and the screen that pops up is, of course, the noose, and I have the scorekeeper, and then I have a Spanish alphabet with all the marks and the accents and the punctuation. And from here, I would have to know what my vocabulary word is, and I will simply plug in the letters as I'm playing. The other option, if I scroll back down to Spanish, or use my back button, I can go to memory. And from here, I will have a memory game with all of the vocab from the current unit. And you can adjust the number of cards. You can have 2 cards, 8 cards, 16 cards, 20 cards. Typically it's best to play with the default, and you can match items up, and they will all be from vocabulary. Ir de camping, el concierto. Not a match, but when it's right, then that one is eliminated. So these are just a few examples of what you can do on Conjuguemos with our vocabulary and with Spanish verbs. So check it out, have fun, and remember that these will also be assigned in class on days we go to the computer lab. Gracias y adiós.